Okay. Brief vlog. Obviously, first of all, I should point out, my voice sucks because I caught another cold. Super duper. I've been getting back into Skyrim. And I'm having some annoying ass system issues. Twice now, in a matter of maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes apart, the system has frozen in the middle of gameplay. And I'm playing it on my PS3, so this probably explains why it's constantly happening. I know the PS3 has had a lot of problems in the past and blah, 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 and I've experienced a lot of that. And I'm experiencing it especially today. And the one goddamn thing I fucking hate about the PS3 is that every fucking time it freezes, there's nothing you can do. So you have to forcefully turn the system off, wait about a minute or so, turn it back on, and then, just turn the system back on and reset it. But the system is so fucking bitchy in that every time you turn it off, in the inappropriate manner, it constantly has to remind you, oh, you didn't turn me off properly, blah, 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 blah. Don't you know that's bad? Well, that's the only fucking solution when you freeze. That's the only goddamn thing you can do is forcibly turn it off. Because you can't manually turn it off when it's frozen. You can't. It's fucking impossible. That's why there's a goddamn off button on the back. Jesus fucking Christ. It's just so fucking stupid. Oh, well, you didn't turn me off properly. Fuck you. You do know how improperly that is, right? Fuck you. You froze. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. And I'm sorry if I'm ranting and just, spewing hatred, but it just pisses me off. As I'm sure it pisses off anybody. Especially when you're in the middle of a game that you're enjoying, and then you realize that I gotta do all that shit all over again because the system froze, so I gotta redo all that shit I just did. Unless you were smart and you saved beforehand. Like if you thought, oh, I'm gonna go into a room and get into a big battle and probably die. If I get unlucky, I'll probably die. So, you take precautions and you save. But, God, is it infuriating. You think at this point in time, we would be at a point where that didn't happen. Hell, I can remember several times playing old-fashioned video games where that shit never really happened. And I suppose, in retrospect, maybe I should have bought Skyrim for my 360. Because I've heard that any other kind of problems that I've been having with my PS3 version hasn't been so apparent on the 360. Now, I'm not so sure about that. And really the only reason why I bought it for the PS3 was that, A, I do play my PS3 a lot more than I play my 360. And at the time, I was, house sitting for my grandmother, so I didn't have online access or any of that stuff. And I had my PS3 at the house. So I figured, I'll just, buy the PS3 version. Why not? And besides, graphically, it's probably better. Blah. Turns out PS3 version has a lot of glitches and problems. Bad choice on my part. And I have to say, when I first started playing Skyrim, I wasn't enjoying it, and that was probably because of the whole PS3 aspect. In that, every time you go to quick switch weapons, it takes a few seconds, particularly when you're in the middle of combat, and that can be a bit annoying. But I am enjoying it as a game. I love the much deeper interaction. I love the idea of being able to dual-wield weapons and dual-wield magic and all that. I think that's awesome and a very good idea. The one thing I don't like about it is that when you dual-wield weapons, you can't block. I think that's... But who knows? Maybe that's something they could correct with a DLC or maybe in the next sequel. Who knows? But... I just find it so frustratingly annoying. You know, but what are you gonna do? I actually wonder if people have had the same problem with the 360 version, or if that has just not been as apparent. But yeah, I'm about to boot up Skyrim again. I won't be too surprised if the fucker freezes again. I mean, the first time it froze was when I activated a floor trap. But all it was that, it dropped me into water, and as I was in mid-drop, the system froze. And I kept on thinking, am I being transferred to another room? No, it just froze. Wonderful. And the next time it froze, I was killing a drugger, or a drudger, or, whatever you call them, the undead Nord guardians. And it was doing the kill animation. The kill animations are cool the first time you play the game, but then as you keep going, it's just kind of the same animation again and again and again, to a point where it just becomes repetitive and you just don't care about them anymore. At least that's how I feel. And in the middle of the kill animation, the game froze. And then I had a kill animation where nothing happened. And this was before the game froze. I was doing the slow motion where I was firing my bow. And it went to a kill animation where it was a close-up on my character, but he didn't do anything. He didn't string his bow and fire. It was just him just standing there going... And then nothing happened. And I went back to me in first person. That was weird, but still, it was just a random skeleton. And so I killed him in one shot, because I are badass. It was just weird. It didn't make any sense. And maybe that's the PS3, and maybe that's just another long line of annoying glitches. But I already spent full price on the game, and I really don't feel like spending $45 for another copy of Skyrim for my 360, and I really don't like the idea of starting over again. Not that really wouldn't be too big of a deal, but I'm already at the point in the game. I'm level 17. Hell, I'm probably not even halfway through the game. I just don't feel like starting over again. Oh well. We'll just have to pain through and just see what happens, but... Twice? Really? Really, Sony? Come on, guys. You guys gotta step up your game. This is ridiculous. And the main reason why I even bought a damn PS3 in the first place was because I wanted to, experience games like Infamous and Uncharted. And those were really the only two games on the system that I was interested in. But sometimes I'm glad that I don't even play online. Of course, I could now with the fact that I have a better internet connection. I have Wi-Fi now, so the speed is a lot more reliable. But every time I play online, I'm playing against people that are far superior to me. So where the hell's the fun in that? And besides, from what I understand, the PS3 online connectivity can be a real issue at times. It can be real fidgety. But there you go. See ya.